Well, it is very interesting to look at that crisis, because the last time I tried to examine it, I arrived at what I will call 10 hypotheses. Now, I call them hypotheses because none of those assumptions have been scientifically tested. But I'll just summarize them here, some of them. There is what some people call the conspiracy of the empire to destroy Nigeria. That there is some global conspiracy to destroy Nigeria because of its resources that may be seen as a threat to the interests of the empire, or it has resources that the empire is interested in, and that if Nigeria became destabilized, it would be easier for the empire to gain access to these resources. That is, I think, one of the hypotheses. Now, the other ones have to do with economic, ecological, political, ethnic, religious, imperialist factors. Of course, the enterprise of herding in Nigeria is dominated by a particular ethnic group. So ethnic profiling has been very easy to be associated with this crisis. And if you look at the history of the community that hosts some of the main herders in Nigeria, it's a community that has a history of a jihad. In this country in 1804, there was a jihad which changed the character of much of what is called northern Nigeria. So some people said that, well, maybe this is an extension of that, using the herdsmen as foot soldiers. Some people say that, well, maybe there is an ecological problem, there is global warming, there is desertification, and so you have the northernmost part of Nigeria drying up. So the herders need to move further south to find grazing foliage and water for their livestock. And you're going to find in the Niger and Benue valleys a lot of water and a lot of foliage. And in places like Benue, in fact, somebody who works in one of the Fulani groups told me at a conference that the loss of grazing possibilities in Benue due to their anti-open grazing law has cost them about 70% of their grazing resources in Nigeria. So that shows you the kind of value that the north central area has for herders. Now, whatever the root causes may be, and I would like to look at all those hypotheses in combination, what I would expect other analysts to do is to weight them to see which is 5% or which is 50 or which is 20, so and so on, so that we can arrive at a scientific conclusion about really what the root causes of this are. But what we see as manifestations of this crisis are that people, farmers who are substantially sedentary, and the area you're talking about is what could be called the green belt of Nigeria. It's also the agricultural belt of Nigeria. Now, if herding gangs come and disrupt violently the livelihoods of people in this belt, then you're going to have a problem, not just with agricultural production, not just with the economy, but you also have a major security problem, which is what we now have. Now, when you go to the IDPs, you're going to see people who have been displaced from their normal livelihoods. And the IDPs themselves are sorry sites. There are sites where you have people who are living lives that are below human acceptance. You have all sorts of problems in IDP camps. You have women who are widows. You have young girls who are abused. There are cases of rape. There are cases of unwanted pregnancies. There are all sorts of problems. Then you have corruption some of the managers of the IDP camps actually take away resources that are brought to the IDPs. And I have witnessed this myself in Borno when we went there with my organization, that we could not actually deliver what we took. So this is a problem that is being multiplied. And I think that it is better that the root causes, which, of course, I mean, at the level of the assumptions, can begin to deal with those assumptions. I mean, if, for example, there is a conspiracy by the global empire to destabilize Nigeria, we can look at that global empire. Who within that global empire is interested in destabilizing Nigeria? Is it the French? Is it the British? Is it the Americans? Is it the Germans? We can identify the source of that, destabilizer to find out really what their problem is and why they cannot go elsewhere. But if you are looking at ecological problems, well, some ecological problems are global in nature, but some are also local. And if they are global, you can find a global approach towards trying to solve that problem. If there are local, you can also find local approaches to solving that problem. Now, if there are economic, we're talking about something that some people call bionomics, which is actually the economics of biology. We're talking about livestock. The manner in which we develop our livestock in Nigeria, is that the best mode of doing that? People have talked about ranching. What is wrong with ranching? I mean, to me, ranching suggests that you bring livestock into one community, a created community, that you avail the livestock of health services, veterinary services, that within the ranches you are able to develop better quality of livestock so that their products are better. Their beef or meat or milk or butter or whatever they produce is of a better quality. The families of the herders themselves, their children can go to school. The adults can develop other skills. And you can actually also arrive at integrated farming, whereby the herders also farm and farmers also herd. If you're not doing that, then it doesn't suggest that anybody is serious about a policy that can begin to solve this problem. Now, if people are talking about maybe some imperial intrusion into other people's territories, that is very difficult to actualize in the 21st century. You're talking about some jihadist thing. No, nobody is going to sit down and allow you to come and do a jihad in that territory. You're talking about maybe ethnic cleansing. If you come to cleanse some people ethnically, they're going to resist you, so you're going to have a war. So we need to more seriously interrogate the root causes of what is causing this crisis. And I believe that even from the hypotheses that are available, we can look at them more critically.